Hello, it is Jeff Stamps. I'm actually redoing this video, so if you are familiar with these stamps that I put on just yesterday, the reason I'm redoing this is because I called some of these stamps King James instead of King George. Now I knew they were King George, it's just that I must have had a brain freeze and I just said inadvertently King James instead of King George on some of the stamps. However, I'm redoing this video and hopefully I won't say King James. Anyway, this is United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland, 1958, definitive and recess, and it's a nice block of 6 there, 2 and 6 postage. And you can see that's a really nice block there. Looks like there's a bit of a smudge on that cancel, but that doesn't matter at all. Very happy with those. These here, this block of 12, United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland, pre-decimal wilding, and this is 1955 issue, and it's a definitive, and photogravure is the printing method. Okay, let's see if I can get this right. These are the King George V and Views. This is from 1935. You can see that lady there tapping rubber. It's a definitive and recess printing, 2 Ceylonese cents. Ceylon is now known as Sri Lanka, and just a map I just printed out. There's India, obviously, and there's Sri Lanka, which was called Ceylon. There it is down the bottom there. Okay, getting back to these Ceylon stamps. This is also from the King George V and Views, 1935, definitive and recess printing. You see King George V up there in the right-hand corner. See if I can zoom this up a tiny bit. This one here, also from the King George V and Views, definitive, 1942, and recess printing. (1936), definitive and recess from the same series, King George V and Views. How am I doing? I haven't said James once, have I? There's a lady there picking tea. And I love this one. This is also from 1936, but it's entitled Ancient Irrigation Tank. Now I can't see a tank anywhere. Someone might be able to fill me in on that. 30 Ceylonese cents as well. Also recessed printing and a definitive. Very quickly here, this is from the issues 1901 to 1912, issued in 1901. This is the State of Victoria stamp featuring Queen Victoria. Queen Victoria lived from 1819 to 1901. Issued in 1901, and of course Australia's first national stamp was issued in 1901, but this was printed at the same time. It's a definitive and typography. And each Australian state, before the national stamp in 1901, had their own stamps. As you can see, this was actually printed in 1901. So some of these state stamps would have been circulating along with the national stamp, which the national stamp actually was rather printed in 1913, the first national stamp, but Australia became a federation in 1901. And so this stamp was printed in 1901 as well, the same date that Australia became a federation. It's more like it. And Queen Victoria again featured on this Victorian, the State of Victoria stamp. This was released in 1890. It's a definitive and typography. This one here is from the USA. It's a revenue stamp, documentary stamp. I hate it when that happens. I really do. Let's see if I can hold it up better now. Documentary stamp. It's an Internal Revenue stamp, recess 1898. And this last one, documentary stamp, Internal Revenue, Benjamin Franklin. The other one was George Washington. This is Benjamin Franklin. He lived from 1706 to 1790. It's a USA documentary stamp, released in 1898. All right, and here's, I can find it, yeah. Here's that previous one. That's George Washington there, who lived 1732 to 1799. As I said, this was released in 1898, and it's a revenue stamp, as you can see, overprinted there with IR. So that is it. I hope that made better sense to you. And I'll be back with another video very, very soon. I'll be showing you my collection that I have so far for all my King George V Australian stamps. And I'll be going through some of the various years of the different coloured King George V stamps in my next video. And then I'll try and squeeze in a video with Christmas stamps just before Christmas. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.